Hey painters, remember the good old days of using oil paint on your trim and woodwork? Once you dealt with the long drying time, peculiar odor, and tricky cleanup, you were left with a beautifully smooth and hard finish. These oil products are becoming less common, largely due to the environmental concerns that come with them, but it's always nice to at least have the option to use them for certain jobs. Luckily, advancements in the paint industry have introduced products that take the benefits of Alkyd oil-based products and the more modern water-based solutions. Today, we're going to put the spotlight on one of those products, and it's called Benjamin Moore Advance. We'll go over what makes it different from other products, so hopefully you'll be informed as to whether it's the right product for you. I'm James from thepaintpeople.com, and I hope to provide you with an overview on the many products that I've used over my years of experience. As part of my family painting business, which has been operating close to 40 years, we've tried practically every single product under the sun. As someone who mainly specializes in interior residential painting, I find myself painting a lot of wood. Whether it would be doors, baseboards, casings, paneling, even cabinets, using a durable product on these surfaces is a high priority. While a simple semi-gloss acrylic will work in many circumstances, there are times where you want something that can withstand a little bit more. Benjamin Moore Advance is a fascinating product because it seems to behave like a robust oil paint, but the cleanup is much more like a water-based product. You can get it in 4 different finishes: matte, pearl, semi-gloss, and high gloss. There's a popular trend amongst paint companies to come up with water-based / oil-based hybrids, and a lot of them are water-based with some Alkyd bonding properties. What differentiates Advance is it behaves more like an oil-based paint, and that's because it's a waterborne Alkyd or a water-reducible Alkyd. This means that it's essentially an oil-based paint that has a soap and water cleanup. This may not sound like a big deal, but I can tell you the biggest issue with Alkyd products is having to have thinners and spirits with you all the time. It's also smelly and inconvenient. I find it great to use on trim, but I most commonly use Advance on cabinets. Once this stuff cures, it creates a hard finish that will handle those aggressive cabinet door slams when you can't find the cayenne pepper. Let's go ahead and take a deeper dive at some of Advance's pros. Durability. The big selling feature of this paint is that durable coating you're left with after using it. If you're painting woodwork, cabinets, or even furniture, you want to make sure it'll be relatively impact resistant, because those surfaces will most likely take more punishment than your walls, for example. Smooth finish. In addition to durability is the excellent look you get with an Alkyd-like paint. It naturally takes longer to dry and will level out a lot nicer. That also means it's less prone to pesky brush marks, because you don't have to worry about the paint drying halfway through your brush strokes. The open time is very forgiving, so you won't feel like you're in a rush all the time to finish that baseboard. Easy cleanup. I can't stress this one enough. Being able to easily clean up an Alkyd paint is a total game changer. No matter how careful you are or how much prep you do, things happen when you're painting. It's a messy job by nature, and even if you're running a really tight operation, you still have to worry about cleaning your tools, brushes, and rollers. The fact that your cleaning process with Advance is virtually identical to a standard acrylic paint, it means you don't have to make extra adjustments that can disrupt your already determined workflow. Low VOC. Alkyd paints have been getting a bad rap, partly due to their higher concentration of volatile organic compounds. Advance is cool because they managed to make it into a low VOC formula no matter how much colorant is used. This means that you can feel a bit better about using it in your home because it isn't going to be as headache-inducing as some of the older products out there. That's enough positivity. We talked about the pros, now let's get into some cons. It has an odor. Even though it's advertised as a low VOC product, it does have a noticeable odor to it. For the more sensitive noses, it could be a slight issue to work with, but at least compared to a full-blown oil-based paint, it's bearable. Based on my experiences using it, I didn't seem to get many complaints from my customers about the smell, largely due to the amount of paint that was being used. When I'm painting trim, it obviously has a smaller surface area than a full wall, so the smell isn't going to be a huge deal to passersby, but more so for the painters themselves. There's a pretty significant difference when you compare it to a low VOC water-based paint. Long drying and curing time. Smell isn't the only thing Advance shares with oil-based products. If you're requiring multiple coats, you'll most likely have to wait until the next day to apply a second coat. Although it should feel dry to the touch within 4 to 6 hours, Benjamin Moore recommends waiting at least 16 hours before applying another coat. It's always a good idea to follow these guidelines to ensure proper adhesion. Curing time is also an important consideration. Just because you're getting that nice, hard finish doesn't mean you'll have it overnight. Paint in general takes time to cure and fully set, and the longer you can go without testing the durability on your new cabinet finish, the better. I usually recommend a period as long as 3 to 4 weeks before washing a freshly painted surface. If you scuff it up real bad beforehand, you might be better off giving it a quick touch-up with the paint instead. Selective use case. This one is less about the product and more so about its perception. It's a fantastic paint that is all about durability, but it isn't a jack of all trades. I've seen painters that have used it on pretty much everything. Dressers, stairs, exterior doors, but it must be stressed that A, it's an interior product only, and B, it's not designed for foot traffic. If it's good enough for your kitchen cabinets, don't assume it'll stand up to constant footsteps throughout the day. Advance is a great product to have at your disposal. Some painters I talk to use it for those more niche situations, and there's others that seem to use it exclusively for all of their trim and woodwork. Your results may vary because there's always the element of personal preference, and proper preparation also plays a huge role in the performance of this product. Check this out for a little bit more information on painting. If you've made it this far, consider subscribing to this channel because we're committed to providing you with the best painting and decorating content on YouTube. That's it for this spotlight on Advance Waterborne Alkyd. See you on the next one.